Now we're defining that words of bushcrafting. What is bushcrafting? So we're trying to define that. So I'm going to let you in a little see. That's what we're doing. There's Morris. Morris died in 2019. 2019. That's Mr. Morris. That's Cody Logan's teacher. Well, he did. He was trying to define what bushcrafting was. It's overlapping camping skills. Basic primary skills, meaning making bows and arrows, and building a little tent here and there. Then you got your Renaissance or your classical camping gear of the 1800s, the cowboy days. Doing carpentry. That's how you learn about making spoons, forks, and bowls. Then you got your modern camping, which is your high-tech bullshit. You know, like Coleman's propane gas, which actually pollutes the land. But see, he actually showed you each area to make bushcrafting. That's what he was doing. That's 100% bushcrafting. So he's using this wood carving, making your forks, spoons, pots. That's what he was doing there for a little while. Then they switched over around in the 2000s and stuff, started using the propane gases, little gas fuels, things like that. Using them damn tents and stuff instead of making shelter. But yet that's all bushcrafting. The man who wrote the Bible about bushcrafting. Going camping, that's all he was talking about. Now you go over until you look at survival and actually look at the Indians' way of doing it, like the Catawba Sioux Indians and the Cherokee, Northern Indians, Iroquois. You got the Iroquois on this side and the Sioux on this side. This is Eastern, and this is Eastern, Southern Iroquois, the Cherokee and the Catawba Indians. Sioux. See how they did theirs? They made theirs easy. They going by seasons. You see what I'm saying? Winter time. You going hiking, camping, hunting for large and small game. Instead of doing like everybody else building a tent, they would build shelters. Part of survival skill, building fire, tracking the animals. It's all in the winter time. See the difference? Then springtime, we starting to go for herbal gardens, plus mushrooms and stuff. We're going fishing, building the permanent shelters. See, that's building permanent shelters, building cooking tools, hunting tools, and then learning more survival, like not getting in pools of oak. And then in the summertime, they're still doing the gardening part of the herbs, but they're farming squash, okra, a couple other things, melons if you want to, watermelon, tomatoes. Indians started doing that, repairing their shelters, still fishing, still camping, still survival. Then you got the fall of the year. See, the Indians wasn't stupid, was they? They actually had harvest time. That means picking this up and picking this up and putting it in cans, making preserves. Nothing technological to it. And they still went camping and hiking. Okay, getting ready to go back, hunting. So it's a cycle. Here's the three-way, cheap way of doing stuff by Alberta, Canada, and the Northern Yankees way of doing it. It's called bushcrafting. They call it hiking when it was actually called backpacking in the 1800s. Unless you was in the West and you're riding horses, then it's still called backpacking. Well, you see how they did it. They changed stuff around to see if people could do it. The Indians would do it this way. It'd be a lot easier to teach kids and women how to do stuff. So the little boys and girls would actually learn from mom and daddy about building the shelters, building the tools for cooking, building hunting tools. So it's a lot different. You don't see nothing about violence or anything. So the Catawba Indians was Sioux, mainly farmers. Still did small game hunting, a lot of fishing. Same thing with the Cherokee. They're woodland. They're in the woods. So they'll study about black bears, deer, foxes, and stuff like that. in their wood lines. So they both were still doing the same thing before the white man. This has never changed. So you got your camping and hunting, everything in the winter, your herbal gardening right there, your shelter building, shelter repair and rebuilding and farming, and you got your harvest years. How in the heck did they know about their seasons? I'll give you a little example of that. That's really easy. The Cherokee and them would always use this. We would ring all these rings around here. Would even tell us about the seasons, even the floods, tornadoes, everything. It tells you everything in here. Scientists still use this today. It's the rings. It's called tree ring reading. You can learn a lot going through these rings. This one right here, be so small, is 133 years old. 130 years old. Think about it. That's 130 years old. And the one that's about my size, which is actually 6 feet, but it's all the way around 6 feet. It goes back to 1861 when we had a big flood, which wasn't about like 12 feet, but 400 yards across. Then you had 1916, which would be like here to here. It would be, we'll say from right here is 1861. Then 1916 right here. And then up here be up here. Well, there ain't none. So there shouldn't have been no floods in 2024. But, you know, somehow we got a flood going anyway. And we had something that goes all the way back to 1790. The center 1790, 1860 is about right there. 1916 was about right there. This is 130 years, so this is totally different. We're talking about ones about 6 foot around. But it even tells you about the seasons. Now, you mean the Indians were stupid? No, they're still doing it. This is called survival skills. This is bushcrafting. Basic camping and carpentry, or what we call wood carving. And if you use modern tools, it's called carpentry. Look at it, it's 25% here. That'd be primal, making spears and stuff. Then you got your modern right here. Well, that's carpentry too. Well, oops, that's another 25%. That's using your drills and stuff. Then you got your carpentry right here. Same thing. 1800s, the Renaissance, cowboys and Indians. Ooh, that's 100%. Mars was smart. Nobody paid attention. That's all he was doing. It's called bushcrafting. It's actually overlapping each other to get 100% bushcrafting. The Cherokees just say survival. The Catawba Indians say survival. The Apaches, the Sioux, the Lakotas, the Creeks, the Seminoles, we always say survival. But we go by seasons. Tom Brown, who just died in August 16th, world-renowned tracker, world-renowned teaching of survival skills, lived up there in New Jersey, camping ground. This is what he was teaching. Real survival. This guy here is teaching camping skills. Now you know to define, how you define in bushcraft. Now you know it's all camping. Caveman days, modern days, cowboy days. Or you can go criminal, cowboy, modern. Well, American Indians always do it this way. You see the difference. They only got 3, we got 4. We're going by the seasons. Big difference. Now I wonder how them damn survival masteries can top that. Now you remember, this is bushcrafting. This is survival. Bushcrafting versus survival. Bushcrafting, survival. Now you know. Thank you.